Well, spring has sprung, but not in a good way. School run chariot has snapped a spring, so let's get these changed. I've never used a spring compressor before, so this should be fun. We give it a whirl. If I have problems with it, I'll take it down to my local garage and get them to do the compression and take the spring off. This is not an instructional video. There's a fantastic instructional video by the suspension manufacturers, KYB I think they're called. I'll put a link below, so if you want to do the job yourself, you can check it out. This is just me having a go. So I should just have to undo this boy here, so let's get some plus gas on him, and these bad boys here, and then this whole thing should tap out, come away. I need to disconnect this little guy here, and then I've got to strip the top of the car off to get to the item at the top. I've got to take the drop link off as well. So you guys, I do listen to your comments. Right, well that's soaking in. I'm going to start stripping the top off. Can you believe it? To get the suspension off on this, I'm going to take the windscreen wipers off. So we got that off. We've got to get all this out of the way now, so we can get down to get this cover off. And then once this cover's off, we should be able to see the top of the strut. First time, no way, that never happens. So if your Citroen people are wondering what this is, it's an oil catch can. I was getting a load of trouble with the air temp sensor getting covered in oil from the feedback system. So I just got a cheap one of these, chucked it on, it catches the oil. I empty it when I remember to empty it, and it's been pretty clean since. And there he is, our strip top. Chuck it in first. Right, copper mallet and tap these bits off. Right then, how easy are these going to be? So I can't find my bar, so I'm going for the spanner technique. I might get the impact on these now. That was about that then. I could do the bar, but I still can't find it. that's itchy. Top tip, there's not much room in there. It's a 21mm nut, but I use 22 because it just gives you that right amount of wobble to get into that gap. Haha! And there we have it. And there's our snap spring. Let's take it to the garage and compare it with the other one. Sass him off, that's the old one. And he's broken by there. So let's compare him with the new one. Holy moly! That's going to take a lot of squish in, isn't it? Right, these old ones are seized, so I'm just planting them in my vice under here. I'll buy this guy on. We'll run him up and down there a bit now. That's definitely bending. Can you see that on the camera? I think I need better spring compressors. Right, I've ordered some new spring compressors. My mate's gone up to get them on his motorbike. So while he's doing that, I'll strip down the other side. I won't bother show you the other side, it's the same, so it'll be boring. But hopefully when we cut back to this, there'll be another one on the bench here waiting for me. I guess that bearing was gone. A bit. They could do with changing. Yeah. That's knackered. Car's got to stay up on jacks for a couple of days till we get these delivered. Right, my new parts have arrived, so I can crack on. I'm going to get the springs on these with the top mounts on them. I had the other parts arrive as well, so we've got the drop links, the track rod ends, and what I'll do is as I take them off I'll show you the difference and why I decided to change them. Like I say, it's not a how-to, it's just kind of me sharing what I'm doing with the car, and you know, if I can do it guys, you can do it. So, this is the old shock, and this is a new shock. Now they're from the other side, don't worry about that. This is just a demonstration. So when I stripped them down I said that they were sounding a bit rubbish. So this is the old shock. I can push that down with barely any force at all. And the same with pulling it back up. There's not much life left in that. And the other one is even worse. And this is the new one. Takes a lot more force to push this one down. And the same to pull it back up. So that's why I changed it. I would really like to change the ball joints and the lower arms as well, but that's just not in this month's budget. Right, let's get these rebuilt. Right, so those were the old ones. I'm not using those. They were bending with the old springs, so I wouldn't want to put them on these. So I got these chunky new ones. Could have pointed that out to me. Right, so I stopped filming there because you can see what happened. I'd made a mistake, and I didn't really want you guys just watching me wind a load of bloody springs on. So this guy's on there now. He's sat in there, a couple of mil from the stop. It's in there at the top, all nice and tight. So just gotta fit him to the car, but it's too dark out there now. So I'm gonna get the other one ready, and I'll get out there in the morning and finish it off. I would have been done in half the time if I'd remember to do the shock, the dust cover, and I'd watched out for that 4mm gap. So let's hope this next one goes a bit smoother. Well, that's the next day. It's a rainy morning. I'll crack on and get this done. We've got tools in the end, so I'm just going to crack on and get these on. Track rod there, just going to unbolt that, unbolt this one down there, swap them over, job done. So this is why I chose to change these while I was at it. You can see, look at that. It's brilliant. No resistance on there. These new ones, I can barely move them. So that was sloppy and causing vibration and wandering. And then on these, again, these are much stiffer. Right, there's that side finally finished. Track rod, drop link, new suspension arm. I've still got to glue that up. I needed to get on the car so we could try and get it ready for use. I'm just gonna JB weld that. Right then, let's finish this side. So I've already got the shock on. I need to get that track rod off and this drop link off. Using one of these to grab the bottom of the drop link. He goes into there. Nice and shiny new nut on. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to use this one, stick it between there like that, and then by putting a bit of pressure on it, you'll see up here that he can move about. Get that out of the way. See, that's on there rock solid now. You'll remember from the early one I could wiggle at. Can't move that now. Right then, let's get this track rod off. It's one of those things that you're sat in work and it's lovely, you come out to do a bit of work and it's happened. Right, back on wheels. Just got to see if I can remember where all these little bits of new go now. I am rather glad that I put everything on the side that it came off now, because I started this about 3 days ago and the weather has been atrocious. Clicked in. Right, so it's all back together. That wasn't too bad a job really, especially as the first time I've done it. Come apart alright actually. So I've already taken it around the block once. It was creaking and banging and clanging for a little bit, but that's all settled down and now it all sounds really nice. Steering is so much tighter than it was. So let's go for a spin. It's nice speed bumps here to test it. All feels nice. Up to 60, 65. For a slight bit of shake, I need to get the balancing done on the wheels, but hardly anything. That is much improved. It got to the point that at 70 mile an hour, this was like trying to hold onto a strimmer. So what did it all cost? Well, parts for this came to around 350 quid. I phoned up Citroen. My local Citroen are great, always get excellent service with them fair dues. They quoted around £400 labour. A local garage, I think you would have got it for about 300. So it's money in the bag, isn't it? And like I say, these videos are about if I can do it, you can do it. £300 saved. That's a weekend away for the family. And you get the satisfaction that you did it yourself. So what have we done to this car over the last month? Well, it's the suspension and the brakes. So we've definitely saved ourselves around 500 quid. And it was done on the days when the kids didn't really want to bother with me anyway. They were too busy playing Minecraft. And on that note, guys, I'll take that as success. Take it easy. Just getting all these added to the scrap pile for community Kev. Bin's filling up for you, fella.